Well, right now we are in Ward, which has a lot of snow, and we are going to be doing a sweat lodge ceremony tomorrow.
A sweat lodge is a Native American ceremony in which the participants sit in a small enclosed lodge filled with steam and sweat profusely. The ceremony is intended to cleanse the participant of bad thoughts or energies and to seek visions, particularly in times of transition. This is why we participated in this ceremony for our passage into young adulthood. We needed the wood to make a fire that would heat up the volcanic stones, called grandfathers, that we would pour water on while in the sweat lodge to create steam. Once the wood was loaded, we went over to the site where the ceremony was to be held. We were given jobs, and we set off to do our various tasks. The first thing we did was unload the wood and prepare it for the fire. One of the biggest jobs was clearing the area of pine needles, dead leaves, and other various debris. Other jobs included stacking all the grandfathers in a pile by the altar and crushing the ash in the fire pit.
So since tomorrow these rocks are going to share their breath with us, I would like all of us to share our breath with these rocks.
The next day, we had to take tarps off of everything and start the fire for the grandfather rocks. We did a sweat lodge not only in order to transition into adulthood, but because a sweat lodge is a purification ritual. We use this ritual to purify ourselves of everything we deem to be childish and unwanted. After the sweat lodge was prepared, we did a short ceremony to proclaim our intentions to become young adults. When we finally entered the sweat lodge, we had 4 15-minute time periods where we sweat, and then opened the door to receive more rocks. It was an awesome experience to share with each other. The next day, we went on a short solo to think about what we wanted to take from childhood and what we wanted to leave behind.
So, something that I'm going to keep from my childhood would be my good willingness and acceptingness for others and my optimism for everything. And the thing I want to leave behind is some of my immatureness.
One thing I would like to get rid of from my childhood is my insecurity and my ability not to make choices in my life.
Because I got to sit and just think about it to myself, because most times in life you don't really get to. It's just moving too fast for you, and I enjoyed being able to sit down and just enjoy myself for a little while.
I want to keep my sense of justice, and something that I kind of want to leave behind is being not so self-sufficient, pretty much depending on my parents and adult figures.
After our solo experience, our parents and teachers set up a ceremony in which we stated what we wanted to take and leave from our childhood.
Passage ceremonies allow for teenagers to be accepted into the adult community, and when we are accepted into the community, we feel more a part of it, and we're able to make maximal contribution to it. And not only do we want to feel like we're part of the community, but I think the community can really better from our ideas and our effort.
So some things that I've really treasured from my childhood is kind of like where I've grown up and the ability to do the things that I can do, my sense of adventure. And something I'd like to leave behind would be my argumentativeness. And so, because I kind of, sometimes I feel like I have to be right, And so that's something I'd like to leave behind.
Just to keep, most of all, what my dad has taught me on how to look on the outlook of life and how to be rational. And I don't really want to leave anything behind. I'm happy with what I am now.
Then our parents gave us bowls that represented the parents' open hands and the open possibilities of our futures.
You were to visualize an inverted pyramid, I think. As you're initiated into the larger world, it's happening for you. Things are getting larger, and so go, create, and contemplate, and be more of who you are. And we're here.
So there's a message to remember your past, remember those who are no longer around. And it's also our compost bowl, so it's a bowl that helps us to remember that we have a responsibility to see to it that even things that are seemingly useless still find a purpose.
At the end of our ceremony, we planted a lilac bush to help represent our birth into adult society and our growth as young adults. Throughout our May term, we've had one guiding question. What is a life of privilege? After all of our experiences and all the knowledge we've gained, a life of privilege is
Not having to worry if you're going to eat tonight.
Just knowing you'll have a place to sleep tonight.
Is being able to acquire knowledge.
Is being able to have people that love and will support you through tough times.
Is having a good education.
Being able to come home and knowing that your family is safe and that you'll always be safe when you're at home.
Is to have trust in others and yourself.
is not having to worry so much about yourself so you can help others.
Is being able to exercise your rights.